welcome to all our viewers from around the world. I'm Kristen Schwartz, licensed midwife and MC here at Gold Learning, and I'm today here with Bryna Hayden, and we're going to talk about her upcoming presentation here at Gold. Welcome back, Bryna.
Hey, thank you so much. I'm really happy to be here.
It's wonderful to have you back here, back by popular demand here at Gold. Lovely to have you back here. Now, first of all, tell our viewers who might not know you that well a little bit about yourself. Recently, you moved, right? So tell us all about where you are in the world now and what you're working on right now.
Yeah, I did. I didn't move far. I stayed in the same area. I'm still in the Pacific Northwest. And currently, I'm working on getting my PMHC certification or my perinatal mental health certification. Um, and I am a lactation consultant and a doula, and I have a private practice here in the Pacific Northwest near Portland, Oregon. I'm just outside city limits.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for sharing that. Yeah, so wonderful to hear about the new certificate you're working on. So important about maternal mental health there, of course, and there's so much to it. And I know this time you are going to present for our lecture pack that is brand new, and it's titled the Parent-Centered Lactation Care Lecture Pack. You've presented with us before. I think recently you've talked about infant reflexes and born reflexes. That was wonderful there as well. And this time your presentation is titled The Elephant in the Room, Ethics of Supporting Formula Feeding Families. Quite a topic there. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, it was something that Fleur actually asked me about, and we had a really amazing conversation that I think the both of us didn't expect to be on the phone nearly as long as we were. We have a lot of feelings about it. But
Mhm.
working in lactation care for as long as I have since 2006, you see a lot of trends. And
Mhm.
one of the things that I really wanted to address was an evidence-based way to ethically and also completely and holistically support families that are using formula for some or all of their feeding. We are infant feeding experts,
Mhm.
despite the name, lactation consultant. And it's just really, really crucial that we understand all of the different aspects that go into a family's decision for feeding their baby formula.
Yeah, and you mentioned something that really that spoke to me when you said you had that long conversation with one of my colleagues here on the phone on the topic, because I can imagine for many of us it's a very emotional topic, right? As lactation professionals are working in the field, we are very passionate about that the baby, we're very passionate about human milk, we're passionate about body feeding and such. So this is kind of a very different topic, but very necessary topic, right? And and I'm glad that you're presenting with us here because it is important, and of course having the evidence behind it, right? We need to be a nutrition, as you mentioned, we are nutritional experts there for the baby too. Um, so tell me, when you first started looking into it, how was that for you? I mean, you've been working with families for a long time too, but did you still get that little bit of this discomfort when you thought about this formula feeding, or did it something that came with you for you naturally because you have been so working, supporting families with that already? How was that for you?
Well, I think when I first started, I was really passionate and really enthusiastic about finding all of the reasons behind it. So, one of the
Hmm.
things that I've discovered, and I kind of, the discomfort came with some of the things I used to say.
Uh-huh.
Like all of us, you
Yeah.
learn more and you're like, I can't believe
Hmm.
I said that,
Yeah.
because of the way that we're taught. So, one of the
Yes.
things I talk about is really the bias that's baked into our foundational education. And
Hmm.
one of the things that I'm seeking to unpick is all of the different threads that go into that sort of big knot of bias around, artificial infant milk or formula, or
Hmm.
even donated human milk, anything that comes in a bottle.
Hmm.
And so it was really a combination of that, and then extreme motivation, because in the middle of, finishing everything up, we had that big formula recall that's still
Yep.
ongoing. We have
Mhm.
this ongoing formula shortage that's been happening for a couple of years now, in the United States. I don't know how the shortage is affecting you all up north, but we are also seeing shortages all over the world. And the other big player is this big new report that was released about the $55 billion marketing industry for formula. So a
Mhm.
lot of things, I think the universe was like, yeah, please talk about this.
Yeah, so important. And I remember when you're working on the presentation, you told us, "Wait a minute, I need to put all this new report, everything that came out in there." So yeah, it felt like it came all together. So in perfect timing for you to present on that.
Yeah, yeah, I know. It grew suddenly from about 50 slides to 120 slides, and then I was like, okay, wait
Yeah.
again. I need to, I need to cut
Yeah.
it down.
And it is so important because we are human and we're passionate about what we're doing. And you mentioned bias and how we were taught, right? And when you said like, oh yeah, the discomfort came with how I talked about things in the past, and that happened to me too. The more I'm learning, right, as a midwife, as a a professional out there, the more I see like, yeah, how we were educated or what we learned back when we took our trainings has changed and is constantly updating, and we're constantly learning new and being able to better serve our families, right? So I think this is part of the growing that we're doing too.
Oh, absolutely. And that's something that I'm just so grateful to Gold for, is providing such updated and high quality information and education opportunities in a way that's like very digestible and understandable, and seeks to meet everybody's needs, meet them where they are. And I think that that is one of the best things that we can do, to promote and support and protect these families that we're working with and working
Mm-hmm.
for, and ourselves and our and own learning. Um, if we can't access the information, how can we update it or implement it at all? So
Right,
thank you so
absolutely.
much for all the work that your
Oh,
whole team is
oh,
doing.
thank you for your amazing contribution. Before I let you go, Brenna, what little nugget of advice or wisdom can you leave us here with when it comes to this topic?
Yes, if I had to sum the whole thing up into one small nugget, it would be um, that the WHO code, that everybody talks about a lot,
Hmm.
is a set of guidelines. But at the very beginning of the WHO code, it says that without additional support, resources, and access to help, that none of the guidelines are implementable at all, or able to be
Mm.
implemented at all. And that is something that I wish every single person who's working with families, who's referencing the WHO code, would remember.
Mm. Ah, wonderful. Well, Brenna, thank you so very much for your time here today and giving us a little overview and a little this nugget of wisdom there. Very much appreciated. Thank you so much for your time here.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here. Thanks.
And for our viewers, if you would like to find out more about this presentation, The Elephant in the Room, Ethics of Supporting Formula Feeding Families, this is part of the Parent-Centered Lactation Care Plan, Care Lecture Pack, and you can find it on goldlearning.com. Thank you everyone for watching. Bye-bye for now.